Statistically, I fall right between baby boomers and Generation X.
Generation X. I'm part of the millennial generation.
Well, I would be one of the great baby boomers from the 50s.
I'm right around that cutoff, I think, for Gen Xers and Gen Y, millennials.
I'm a millennial.
I am Generation X.
Most people will classify me as a millennial.
I guess you'd call me an old timer by now.
There are a lot of stereotypes about millennials, but I would say the one that's most common is that we're extremely self-absorbed.
And I guess they say we can be skeptical, self-reliant, and risk takers.
I read one the other day that, all we care about is ourselves more than any other generation, which I find kind of interesting given the amount of community service I see my generation contributing to.
We're the entitlement generation.
Work is everything. Work is what you live for.
Instant gratification generation.
We're all wealthy, self-centered.
We just happen to be the generation without a story.
They talk about the millennials, the kind of lazy generation, or people who don't really work so hard.
A little liberal, maybe overbearing at times.
A lot of people tell us that we're cynical and we're hard to please, but I don't think that's true.
Selflessness, integrity, honesty, hardworking, honesty, loyalty is another one.
Independence is very important to the Generation X.
For me, it's faith, family, integrity, relationship, those things that are all about what I try and do every day and everything that I do.
But a man's word is his bond. I was always taught that.
And I think family is very important to the Generation X.
And we all got along very well that way. We knew our neighbors. We knew our neighbors on a first-name basis. We lived in neighborhoods where people didn't lock their doors, not like today.
Getting the job done, focusing on your goals, getting the tasks done.
Individual liberties are important and that human rights is paramount.
They're very tech savvy, and there are a lot of them are actually inventors and big thinkers.
Family, community involvement, always been, leave an impact, giving back.
We're adaptable to our jobs. We're using technology. We're getting on social media. Maybe not as good as some of these other folks, but I think we appreciate where we are in life and want to continue that.
Is that a generation that's really trying to make a difference?
We're innovative. We get things done. We're not afraid to try new things, and if they don't succeed, we're not afraid to try again.
The millennials are the best because we've had a chance to learn from the folks that come before us. And, we've learned what to do and what not to do, realizing things like money isn't the most important thing. And it's all about relationships and all about treating people the right way.
But I think I would rather describe it as the greatest generation.
I think we're go-getters. I think we're problem solvers. And I think there's a lot of tolerance.
Global understanding and the way that technology is able to link us is really a big cornerstone of the millennial generation and something that we can sort of offer as a knowledge base to other generations.
I like the fact that we're all trying to work hard and to make a better life for ourselves, at the same time making a better life for our communities and giving back to our communities.
I just don't think there are better or worse generations. They all have different things that we need to learn from.
I'd love to say Generation X is the best, but in reality, we all stand on the shoulders of the generation that came before us.
Learning more about some of the strong values of the different generations, I think it's important to know what motivates them in the workplace. What do you need to do to make sure that you can keep folks there? What kind of training, background, etc., is going to be best to make them successful and also help make your business overall successful?
How to be a better, more engaged leader, that I can take those skills back to our company.
How to work with the different generations. Our customers are changing, our employee base is changing, but there's still many opportunities.
how to be a better leader in the business community, how to better collaborate in the business community, and just new ideas and new perspectives on things I hadn't thought of before.
You know, having speakers coming over to talk to us about different topics is always good. We can always grow, we can always learn things and enrich ourselves through other people's knowledge.
I'm trying to learn what I can do differently that's going to make me a better leader, make me a better teammate, help me help my customers better, help me help the community better. So it's all about me.
Well, I think all the generations bring a different point of view, and that's very valuable when you're trying to solve a problem or create something new. So having multiple point of views gives you a different look at it, and I think that's very important.
I think we're pretty similar to the other generations in the sense that we've overcome the challenges, we meet the challenges that are presented to us, and we overcome and we move forward.
We were raised with this idea that our country was built on basic values, and in a large part I think we all are trying to achieve those things. Freedom of individuality, the belief that we should all have equal opportunity. These things are inherent in who we are.
You can't paint with a wide brush with any generation. We're all individuals, and the individuals are what's important. The generational stuff may be something that we have in common, but there's just as many differences in a generation as there are across the generations. Well, I think it's a good thing because it gives you different perspectives. You get experience, you get energy, you get new commitments to different things, and so if you can utilize that, it can be a great way to just take your business to the next level and relate to customers all across the spectrum.
People with different from different generations, they do have different perspectives to offer.
I look, when you have the multiple generations, it's going to be a win-win on all sides. I learn from younger generation, and I also believe certain perspectives and skills and values that I have, I can also mentor to younger generations and kind of vice versa.
Well, I think it's a very good mix. I mean, everybody brings something new and exciting. I look around and I see the new businesses we have, the new industries.
The more businesses can diversify in regards to age, the more perspectives we have, the stronger we are.
I know there are different strengths in every generation. You obviously have a lot of knowledge from those who have been in the workforce for a long time.
For us to be able to bridge the gap between what our youngest customers expect and what our oldest customers expect, what our youngest employees demand and what our oldest employees demand.
With the newer folks, some of the fresh perspective that they have coming in and some of the independent thinking they have and problem-solving skills they have, I think it helps us round out our firm in a great way.